Hello, everyone, and welcome to Secret Keepers Club. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So happy to have you here. My name is Carly Aquilino. I'm your host. We have a great episode for you today. Bunch of emails that you guys sent in to secretkeepersclub@gmail.com that we're going to get to. Bunch of things I go to chit chat with me guys about, because guess what, girls? There's a lot going on. Two embarrassing things, not even just embarrassing, humiliating things happened to me last week that one of them I'm pretty sure I'm traumatized from. The other one was just so bad. So bad. Okay? I don't even know where to start. I think I'll do the crazy one first. And before I say this, we all need to agree we're not going to lecture me, because I know that it's bad, I know that it's wrong, and I know I shouldn't be doing it. Okay? I went to the tanning salon. It was supposed to be nice out all week last week. You heard me when I was signing off. I'm like, it's going to be in the 90s all week. It was in the 90s for one day. Okay. I was outside for like a couple hours and I'm like, this is horrendous. It rained for the next couple days. I'm like, I can't do it. Girl, I was itching for a tan and I can't, I know that I should have got a spray tan, especially now. Haven't been tanning and couldn't even tell you how long. I go to the tanning salon. Okay. And she's like, you got a little base color. Why don't you go in for 12 minutes in the stand-up bed? And I was like, feels a little long, but whatever. Who am I to tell this woman if she's doing her job right? Like, she's literally the queen of tanning. I just want to preface this saying this was not a beach bum tanning situation. This is a hair salon. And it's kind of like this woman bought a tanning bed and she put it on over in her hair salon. So I go in the stand-up bed and I'm like halfway through. I'm like 6 minutes in. I'm like, I feel like I'm getting burnt. You're seeing me, if you're watching this on the YouTube, you're seeing me a few days later. So the sunburn has really gone away, but I was toasting. I was cooking. Okay. And I'm like, I'm just going to get out of the bed early. I go to push the door. The door is not opening. Okay. And I know that these tanning beds, they don't lock. Like, there's no, oh my God, it accidentally locked. So I was like, don't freak out. I was pushing all the little panels. Mind you, my eyes are closed. Pushing all the panels of the bed, being like, maybe that wasn't the one that I came in. Maybe I got turned around. I don't know. I was trying to convince myself that I was wrong. Because to be fair, I usually am. So I'm like, it's not a big deal. Don't freak out. Just stay the full 12 minutes and you're going to get out. You're going to be fine. It's probably just something you're not seeing because you can't see. So I do the full 12 minutes. I'm toasting, girl. I'm cooked. Okay. Turkey's done. She's got to come out. She's got to come out of the oven. The door with the handle, I'm pushing it. It's not opening. I know you think the end of this story was going to be, oops, like I should have been pulling it, but I was pushing it. No, girl, it was stuck, period. It was jammed. The door is jammed shut. And I'm freaking out in a way that I've never felt this way before in my life. Okay. And in my head, I go, don't freak out. You're going to be fine. Nothing bad's going to happen. 3 seconds later, I'm screaming. Okay. I realized as I was screaming, I've never screamed before. This was like a new thing for me. I've never screamed bloody murder the way that I was screaming. In my head, I'm like, I'm screaming so loud. Humiliating. Okay. I'm ass naked too. And the whole time I'm screaming, I'm like, what's going to happen? Somebody's going to come in here? My boudoir is out. So I'm screaming, help! Get somebody help me! I'm stuck in the bed. Somebody please, God, somebody please help me. Okay, I'm screaming. And I don't know how long that was. It was probably like 45 seconds, which in a time like that it feels like hours. I'm banging the bed, which I'm like, I probably shouldn't be doing this because I feel like it's going to shatter. I'm kicking it. I'm screaming, banging. And when you get out, it's like, and when you get out of any tanning bed, the fan like keeps going for a few minutes after you're done. for whatever reason. I don't know. So I'm trying to scream over this fan that's really, really loud. And girl, I'm throwing my body against the door. Finally, the door pops open. And then I'm still screaming. I'm going, don't come in here. Don't come in here. I'm fine. I got out. Don't worry about it. I'll see you in a second. Because I didn't want this woman to walk in and my whole situation is out. We got a situation, okay? So I'm still screaming like, I'm good. Don't come in here, whatever. And I was so like claustrophobic in that moment. Even thinking about it now is kind of making me like catch my breath. I just put my pants on, I put my sports bra on, and I grabbed my shit and I walked out of the room because I felt like I was going to pass out. I was just so overwhelmed. I don't know. I had like a head rush from screaming so much. I thought, girl, I don't know what I thought, but I saw Final Destination. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. So I walk out and now I'm like in the hair salon. There's a old woman getting her haircut. She's sitting in a wheelchair. I'm not kidding. Sitting getting her haircut. The owner of the place is cutting her hair and she turns and mind you, I'm disheveled. I have a bra on. I have no shoes on. She was like, it's like, what happened in there? So she didn't hear me at all. She didn't hear me screaming, and I can't stress enough, was screaming at the top of my lungs. So she's standing there giving a haircut, and I like just walked out, and she goes, you look great. Girl, what I'm about to say is actually the worst part of the story. I threw up. Girl, I threw up on the floor. I threw up and it was like, you know when a cat is about to pass a hairball and it's like liquid? That's what it was. But I don't know what happened. I put my hands on my knees and I threw up on the floor. And she's like, oh my God, sit. Like, gave me water. Are you okay? And I couldn't really talk. I was like so in shock. And I was like, oh yeah, I just got dizzy. I didn't know what to say because I wasn't about to do that. Meanwhile, this poor old lady, I'm going to give this poor old lady a heart attack. She just wanted to have a nice day at the hair salon. So I throw up and I just like basically ran out of there like a bat out of hell. I had gone to the bathroom, splashed my face with water and ran out of there. And then when I got home, I called her and I was like, girl, I got stuck in the bed. I said, girl, I got stuck in the bed. Oh my God. She said that happened once before. She's like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, I actually was screaming at the top of my lungs. So, you know what? I'm never tanning again. You can bet your ass. And girl, please. I mean, I was kind of laughing about it the whole day because I was like, what would have happened if she just like walked in and like easily opened the door? Like, it was stuck, but it wasn't locked. I had to throw my naked ass against it to open it. The whole thing was nuts. But I was embarrassed because I threw up. She didn't even hear that part. I threw up and I'm standing there in a bra. Why is this naked girl vomiting in the hair salon? Do you know what I mean? So that was bad. And again, I learned my lesson. I'm not tanning again, so you don't have to tell me how bad tanning is. I know and I get it, girl. So that was that. Then, a couple days even before that, I was walking by the 99-cent store, and I feel like I was talking about the 99-cent store a few weeks ago on here. But I always go in there because they have little slippers, they have little flip-flops, and they have really good tank tops, like 100% cotton. They have every color, and it's only summertime. So whenever I'm walking by, I like peek in. I'm like, do they have this special tank tops? But a couple years ago, I was in there, and girl, this is so embarrassing, but I was like, they have the cutest underwear. Same thing, summertime, really cute, like little perfect underwear, 100% cotton, and kind of like, I love them because they don't have the elastic on the bottom, so it's not like cutting into your butt cheeks and it doesn't show a line. It's one of those kind of seamless undie situations. But I had bought them a few years ago. I loved them so much. I went back and got my bestie like every color too. So she's been saying, she's like, girl, when are they going to have the underwear back? I need more pairs of underwear. I'm like, I go in and check all the time because I'm always in there. If I need garbage bags, if I need like cleaning stuff, I always go in there because it's a small business and you should, you know? But the other day, sure enough, I'm in there and they have really good colors of my special underwear. And I was like, so excited. I have probably 20 pairs and they're on little hangers because I was like, I'm going to get all the new ones because they were neon. So cute. So cute with my tan. Okay. With your little tan that you sacrifice for. But I got 2 of everything because I got my bestie pairs too. I turn around. Why is there a guy that I know standing there? Oh, hey. And do you want to know what he said? There she is. First of all, don't say that to me unless we're about to walk down the aisle. Don't say there she is. Unless you're going to put a ring on my finger, never address me in that way because it's too cute. And I'm holding 20 pairs of underwear and this guy just says, there she is. I'm like, here I am. She's here, you know? He's like, what are you up to? And I panicked and I said something that doesn't make any sense. I've been kind of racking my brain going, what was that? I don't know why I lied in the first place. I should have just not addressed it. But it felt so obvious because, again, these underwear, they're neon green, neon yellow, just bright. They're bright. And I wasn't holding anything else. So he's like, what are you up to? Girl, why did I make up the craziest story you've ever heard in your life? I said, my friend just gave birth. And I was going to the hospital to visit her. And I was just bringing her these underwear. Yeah, because a woman that just gave birth wants neon green little cheeky undies, doesn't she? Okay? Makes no sense. Don't know why I said it. But I couldn't, and I'm praying right now, actually, that he's not listening to this. Girl, I couldn't think of anything else to say, obviously. But why did I go that route? Why didn't I just say nothing, first of all? Or why didn't I just go ahead and say, like, just shopping? So simple. Why did I address it with the most unfathomable? Because he was like, oh, cool. He's like a cool guy. He's like, oh, yeah, cool. That's great. Oh, congrats. Yeah, I'll tell her you said so. God forbid he ever asked me to see a picture of the baby. You know? Anywho, girl, I got to take a hit because that was 2 of the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. I feel like it was a weird week. I'm going to look up my horoscope, see if last week was a weird week for me because I'm still in shock about both of them. And I just want to tell you, like, the guy is so hot. I feel like you knew that when I was like saying that I was stammering because a guy that's not so hot, you're like, whatever. I don't give a shit if this guy sees me buying underwear at the dollar store. Also, they have big stickers on each of them. One says 100% cotton, the other one says 99 cents. So it's really like an investment in yourself, you know. Anyway, they are cute. I did buy them. But at what cost? It was a lot more than 99 cents, girls. Anywho, that's that. I also watched that show, The Crash. Well, it's a documentary, The Crash, on Netflix about the girl who crashed the car into a brick wall because she was like mad at her boyfriend. She's a psycho. It annoyed me so much, but then I went and watched the Hulu episode about her, and that one's even crazier. They kind of go deeper into like her parents in that one. Her parents, they're just they're a weird crew. I gotta say, they're the type of parents that in denial that their kid is like a piece of shit and they've just enabled her whole life. She kind of reminds me of the Catch Me Outside girl. Um, just her like, I don't care, whatever. Don't tell me what to do. It's like, you weigh 84 pounds, I'll literally snap you in half. But anywho, you should, if you like stuff like that, you should watch it. It is so, so sad though. And I also, girl, I watched there's a new season of 90 Day that's coming out right now. There's only been 2 episodes. When I tell you the freaks that are on this show, it might be, I don't know if I forget how crazy these people are in like previous seasons, but the new cast is wild. I want to look them up actually because I kind of want to give you like a brief of who everybody is. I'm not going to give anything away, obviously, because I mean, it's only been 2 episodes, but I'll tell you about the cast. Hold on. 90 Day girl. There's always one person on the show, I will say, that I have to skip because they just freak me out too much. And you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about if you've watched it. It's like this older man and he's marrying this Asian girl. I watched his first couple of like little interview parts and I was like, I hate this guy. He creeps me out so much. He's literally disgusting. And he keeps being like, you know, the first time I met her, she gave me a bath and ugh, he's disgusting. And first time I met her, she gave me a bath. Then when they introduce her, she's like, he smells so bad, I have to give him a bath. Girl, please. What's wild too about this show is people from like these people from other countries that are marrying Americans, they very much are under the impression that Americans are rich. Just everyone. Most of the time, I would say 99.9% of the time, I don't even know if there's been a rich person on this show, but the vast majority of the time, they're just getting by. They don't have a pot to piss in half the time. But these people are like, whatever they would make, even if they make minimum wage here, it's so much more than what they would make where they live, even though the living expenses are more. And I think that they just don't factor that into it. But God, I can't stand that one guy. I was like, I'm done. I'm really done. And then we have, there's always, oh God, I'm going to go through the cast. Okay. Cause I just pulled them up and what a crew. So there's always at least one woman that it's usually like an older woman that met a guy when she was on vacation. Right? It's like I was in this one woman, she's very successful. She works at Kleinfeld's in the city, which is the bridal, the wedding dress store from Say Yes to the Dress. And she's super cute. She's divorced. She has kids. She's 45. Really just like, she seems like a sweetie pie. She met her man at a resort in the Dominican Republic. He was working at the resort. So this happens every season. There's always one where she's like, I was with my girls. We were on a girls' trip celebrating my divorce. And the bartender was looking cute. You know, he gave me a little wink. So she's not the only one, though. There's another woman. Hold on, I'm trying to find her name. Debbie. Okay. Now, Debbie's 55. She met her man when she was on vacation in Egypt. He was the tour guide. He has her convinced that he's a movie star. Okay, you know how I always talk about like my mom is just the like any type of AI, she's just gonna believe it, you know? That's Debbie. Debbie's like, he's a movie star, he can't even leave the house. Well, girl, why is he a tour guide at the pyramids then? The biggest tourist attraction in all of Egypt, he's a tour guide there? But he can't leave the house because he's a superstar. She's like, he has a lot of followers, which I'm sure he bought. We don't know his story yet, but I'm just telling you like this is like a brief on him. The guy interviewing Debbie said, have you ever seen any of his movies? And she was like, no, he doesn't want to show me because I don't understand the language. And he said he'll just explain everything when he gets here. That's going to be my favorite storyline, I think, of the whole show. Then there is, let's see, I don't think we even met these two. So there's some, I guess, that they haven't introduced yet. Oh, yeah, the guy that I hate. What's his name? Shay. He doesn't deserve to have a cool name. I feel like that name is too cool. Then we have, the other. Okay, then there's one girl, this girl who lives in Portland. Her man is from England. And he's like cute. How did they meet? She made out with 3 of his friends when she was on a trip to England. And they were in the same friend group, and she was making out with one, then the guy leaves, and then she goes and makes out with the other one. And then she ended up with this poor schmuck, Josh. And she's cheated on him a million times. I don't understand the appeal, but she's cheated on him a million times, and she says that she has OCD. Like she has some type of, I think it is specifically OCD. Yeah. It says here her OCD keeps her life unpredictable because she keeps saying that she has some type of OCD where she has to make out with everyone. Which I've never heard of that, but she already embarrassed him. I'm just going to say that. The other couples we really don't know too much about, but girl, I swear I was watching, I go, it makes for good TV. It really does. But the woman, Debbie, who thinks her man is a movie star, it's frying me. Okay? I feel so bad for them too, because it's like her daughter's trying to help her. She's like, Mom, are you sure? Like, are you sure that this guy is a movie star? Yes. Okay. You know, sometimes there's people you can't tell them shit. That's this woman. That's Debbie. But you know, I love little Debbie. Anywho, let's get to some of these emails because I feel like I've been sitting here yapping about God knows what. If you're watching this on the YouTube, you'll notice that I am back in my corner. In fact, I came back here. It was just too, I don't even want to talk about it. But you can watch this on YouTube now if you want. Give it a little view. Let's chit chat about Quince. Okay, I love Quince. A good wardrobe is about intentional, effortless pieces. Quince has clothing that makes getting dressed easy. Quince clothes are well made, versatile, and built to last, from activewear to formal wear and everything in between. Quince is high quality at a price that just makes sense. You can check out their European linen pieces for starting at $30, plus their organic cotton and ultra soft denim sets. I was so excited because Quince had reached out and they offered to send, I have a little friend behind me. It's Stanley. Quince, and he saw my Quince set. I was so excited because they offered to send me a couple of pieces, and I got the black linen long sleeve and the high waist, like paper bag linen shorts. So cute, really beautiful. When I got it, I was surprised at the quality. Like I said, I've always seen, girl, you know, I love linen because I'm sweaty as hell. Okay. I don't know one episode where I haven't mentioned how sweaty I am, but I am sweaty. If you already love Quince's clothing, you can check out their premium accessories, Italian leather belts, bags, and shoes, 14 karat gold jewelry, even polarized sunglasses for just $50. Oh, I didn't know that. Quince partners directly with ethical factories and top artisans. No middleman means you spend 50 to 60% less than you would with similar brands. You can refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/SKC for free shipping and 365-day returns. Now it is available in Canada too. Go to quince.com/SKC for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/SKC. Okay, let's also chit chat about Kiwi Biosciences. Do you ever avoid certain foods because of how they make you feel? FODZYME can help you enjoy again without the pain. The discomfort you may feel could be due to something in the foods called FODMAPs, and cutting foods from your diet entirely doesn't always work. FODZYME is a tasteless powder that you sprinkle right onto your food. It mixes in fast and helps you break down the FODMAPs. FODZYME comes in portable packets that you can take anywhere. Think of it like Lactaid, but for garlic, onions, wheat, beans, cheese, and other common foods with FODMAPs. You guys, I have come to a understanding that I don't really love, but I think there is something that I eat that makes me feel a certain type of way. I think that there's something I eat that makes me feel really lethargic, almost puts me right to sleep. And I've been noticing, depending on which foods, I've been actually keeping a log of which foods make me really like just exhausted. It's very strange. So I've been using this. I haven't noticed that type of like lethargic aftermath, which I'm excited about. And I'm also excited to figure out what exactly it is that this is counteracting. So I have been using it for a couple weeks with certain things, and I've noticed a difference. Secret Keepers Club is excited to partner with FODZYME to offer the girlies 30% off your first order when you go to icaneatagain.com/secret. That's icaneatagain.com/secret for 30% off your first order. Finally, you can enjoy your favorite foods without the pain. Just go to icaneatagain.com/secret. Let's see. This next one, okay, this one says, I got a lot of messages about this Gypsy Rose. Ms. Blanchard went ahead and posted a music video style TikTok. And when I first saw it, I was like, I figured it out what it is with her. Because I got so many DMs, text messages, and emails about this. Like, oh my God, girl, you have to watch it. I figured out what it is. It's we're watching a grown woman live her teenage awkward years where you kind of don't know that you're being cringy because you're a kid. Even though she has a child, maybe two, with that weird pervert that married her in jail. What was his name? Jared? Or is it just because he reminds me of the Subway guy that I call him Jared? Remember the Subway guy? Speaking of pervert, Gypsy Rose husband. It's going to go husband number one, husband number two. Because we can't get a man to save our lives. Oh, his name was Ryan. It says Gypsy's ex-husband, a Louisiana special education teacher, began corresponding with Gypsy as a pen pal. They married in a jailhouse ceremony July 2022. Wait, who did she have the baby with? Yes, okay. She has the baby with her now husband. Okay. It says Gypsy's current partner, the two rekindled their romance following her split from Anderson and finalized a prenatal paternity test confirming that Ken, her now husband, is the father of her child. They share a daughter. Was she going back and forth between the two of them at the same time? She didn't know who the father was, or I vaguely remember maybe the first one like insisted that she gets a paternity test. I don't remember. One thing about her, she's been out for a couple years. She's lived many lives since. And she's still growing up, If you hear interviews with her, you're like, there's something but it makes sense. Which explains why she posted this video of her lip syncing, so terribly lip syncing too. It was not a good rendition of JoJo's Too Little Too Late. Okay? There's rain, it's in black and white. The production value is not there, but she was cooking, okay? She was doing something. It reminds me of when I was young and you would go to, your friend's house or your cousin's house and it's like, let's make a music video. I remember doing that to, of all songs, The Thong Song by Cisco. I didn't know what any of that shit was about, but I was like, I love this song. Anywho, thank you for sending me the Gypsy Rose content. Let's also talk about cowboy colostrum. Get your gut right with cowboy colostrum. Basically, colostrum is like liquid gold. It is a nutrient-dense superfood produced like milk immediately after the cow gives birth. Cowboy colostrum is a surplus from 100% grass-fed American cows, which means that the baby cows already got their share. It tastes great, improves your gut health, and strengthens your skin and hair and gives you steady energy. I have tried this. I had just gotten a delivery from them last week, and this new thing that I'm trying where I'm trying to figure out what foods are giving me these like flare-ups in my skin and making me feel lethargic. It all really is coming down to my skin because I had a really bad breakout a few weeks ago, like the worst that I've had in forever. And I'm so tired of it. And I think that I've done a lot of my own research because I feel that like dermatologists always kind of blow me off when I'm like, this is bad. They're like, you're fine. And it freaking irks me. So I realized also that the microbiome, and girl, that's not written in my sheet that I'm saying right now. The microbiome, the gut microbiome could be off, and that's what causes all of these issues too. So I was really glad to get, a package of this and see if long term it will help. But I've been really liking it. It comes with they sent me a frother, like a mixer, and I've been using that. So Cowboy Colostrum comes in 4 great flavors: chocolate, Madagascar vanilla, matcha, and strawberry. Just add a scoop to your coffee or smoothie and you'll feel great all day long. For a limited time, Secret Keepers Club listeners get 25% off your entire order. Just head to cowboycolostrum.com/secret and use the code secret at checkout. That's 25% off when you use the code secret at cowboy, COLOSTRUM.com/secret. Okay, this one says a promotion humiliating. Hi, Carly and the Little Princes. I officially just accepted a promotion. Well, congrats. Not me trying so hard and being good at my job. So embarrassing. Now everyone is going to congratulate me and I have to say thanks. I have to accept validation that I somehow also low-key need. Ew. Love you and shout out to my sister and fellow Secret Keeper Kay. Kiss right on the lips. Kiss you guys too. Shout out to Kay. Girl, that's so funny because it actually is super embarrassing. I think it reminds me so much. And I was talking to my friend about this the other day. She was saying that she's looking for a shirt. She's like, I'm looking for the perfect shirt, just a black shirt that I could wear to work, but I could also wear out. It's like flattering. It's one of those things that tried and true, no matter what, you could just throw it on, it's going to work. And I was telling her she's looking for this specific shirt that I have that is vintage. And I mean, fingers crossed, but I don't know if we're ever going to find another one. And I had said, I'm like, some shirts are embarrassing. If they have too many buttons, if they have like a little accessory, like a scarf or something attached to them. Like even right now I'm wearing a shirt with so many buttons. I'm like, this is humiliating. Even though I just put my head through it, it feels like, do you want to know what it feels like? It feels like, here's my shirt. It's like I put this shirt on because I wanted you to see it. Not because it's just a regular shirt. It's a special shirt. It's humiliating sometimes because it's like I put this and then you think like, oh my God, everybody knows that I put this on when I was in my room. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, I love it. It looks great. She was like, you're so right, because it is actually so embarrassing. The more buttons and the more stuff that's going on with the shirt. So I had said to her, and it also relates to this, where I always think about this meme that I saw years ago of somebody being like, swimming is embarrassing because it's like everyone knows that I want to be alive. And I think about it all the time. It's just humiliating. It's like, oh, everybody here knows that I want to live. Hate it. And yes, especially at your job. It's like, can we just keep this between you and I? My promotion? Let's see. I don't know what's going on there. Is that this? No. Anyway, that is so freaking funny, girl. Well, congrats. This one says, Chilesian girl, please help end cat tax. Oh, God. Hi, Carly and the kitty is down to business. My man recently developed a chalazion on his eye. For those of you that don't know, I had a chalazion on my eye, which is basically like a big sty, but it's more disgusting and it never fucking goes away. And I figured out that's what it was called, and I accidentally called it a chalazon. I thought it was like Spanish or something. I don't know. Chalazon. Maybe I thought it was French. She says, it's been coming and going, whatever. Now he just woke up and there's one on the other. Oh, Jesus. This one might actually be a sty, but he says it's a chalazion. Well, girl, how does he know? How does he know the difference between the two? She says, anyway, how do we cure them? I fear it's going to give me the ick. I love him so much, but he has other icks and I don't want one that I can't ignore. It's so true because it is the first thing you're going to see when you look at him. And when they get really angry, it's not fun. It's really not. I think salt, hot water, as much as like as hot as you could take it, with some sea salt in there, and just have a big bowl of the hot water. Like fire up a kettle, dump it all in a big bowl, and you just got to keep dipping and hot compressing. That's really the only way to get it to. This is icky. I know people are going to be mad at me, but it's the only way it's going to get it to come out. There are people who get the heebie-jeebies if you talk about, pimple popping and stuff like that. I'm personally not like that. I love the shit. I'll pop a stranger's freaking pimple. I don't care. Just let me get it. There's something very satisfying about it. I know that it irks people and I understand, but you got to keep hot compressing it. Hopefully it'll just kind of like drain out. And Manuka honey. I think that really works. But if it's a infection, he could do like an antibiotic and sometimes that gets rid of it. But girl, my bestie literally had to get like a shot in hers because it never went away. She had it for like 6 months and it never went away. But also somehow that was my fault. She was like, I saw yours and I felt so bad for you that I got one. It was like a sympathy sty. Girl, what the hell did I do? But Manuka honey does work and help. But if he's had it for a minute, go to the doctor and have them give you some type of antibiotic. It's so funny the things that you guys reach out to me for, other than like, obviously, the irritable bowel syndrome situations. I get a lot of stuff about styes, pink eye, chalazions, and then people probably every single day messaging me like, I think I have a urinary tract infection. I'm like, okay, girl, you'll be all right. Let's see. Mind you, I'm not a doctor. But, okay, this one says a few things. Hi, Carly and the cats, longtime listener, fan since Girl Code days. Oh, thanks so much. Anyway, I'm writing in to tell you one of the random weird stories that nobody usually finds interesting. My 6-year-old daughter currently has a broken arm with a cast on, and my friend from work tells me the other day that she's at McDonald's play place, and here's a woman. Okay, so I didn't mention the name at first, but it has something to do with the story. So her daughter's name is Selma. She said she heard the woman scream the name Selma, and she turns around thinking it was me, but it was a different woman with her daughter there with the same name. Tell me why. She says her daughter was the same age as yours and she had a broken arm with a cast on. Weird. I know it's not that crazy, but we do live in a large city and my daughter's name isn't super common. I love that name, Selma. So I thought it was wild. I'm just trying to rack my brain on what this could have meant or what the universe could be telling me. Honestly, it's probably nothing, but it was just so ironic. Also, I fell a few months back on roller skates. Girl, what's with you and everybody breaking their arms? At a party, and I was holding a full cup of Chex Mix. Oh, God. And it flew everywhere. Humiliating. Tell me why it was the 3 most embarrassing moments of my life, and I'm 37 years old. Girl, my dad went and told my husband that he needed to come and check on me because it sounded like an earthquake. What the hell? It makes it worse because I was fighting for my life, trying to stay standing before I fell for a solid minute, just looking a mess, rolling around, flapping my arms. The kid's mom texted me the next day asking if I was okay. I was like, yeah, it wasn't even that bad. Meanwhile, it felt like I fell down a flight of stairs. One more thing, I watch your podcast while I'm at work, and I wanted you to know you have all these men at work calling you a hottie. Girl, what? Sorry I yelled, but send me a picture of them. She says, I work at General Motors. Love that. I mean, I would imagine that they have good health insurance. I don't need a General Motor car, obviously, but I think GM also makes like dishwashers, washing machines, right? Listen, you got to have some benefit. It says they're all blue collar guys. Love that. They always ask what you talk about, and I'm just like, it's girl stuff. Leave me alone. 1000%. Sorry, I just had to get all that out while I had you here, attaching a picture of my little family and my 11-year-old cat. Let's see. Beautiful family. Wow, this is gorgeous. You guys are like so stunning. It looks like fake. That keeps happening to me where I'll see somebody on Instagram or on TikTok and I'll go like this. I'll go, this person has to be AI, and they're not, which is wild. Because they're just perfection. Oh my God. And your cat's so cute. It's a black cat. Aw. What a little cutie. That is so funny. No, the Chex Mix thing is so embarrassing. I think I've told you guys that I spill stuff every single place that I go. And before I leave the house, I'm like, just please don't spill anything. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen at the worst possible time. And it's going to make such a fucking mess. So I hear you. Also, Chex Mix too. It's like humiliating because you have to pick up every single one. You know, something that haunts me that happened probably 5 or 6 years ago. There was a guy here that I was dating, and I went to get ice out of not bragging, but I do have an ice maker in my fridge. I went to go get ice out of my freezer, and I pulled the drawer out, and the whole drawer like disconnected from the freezer, and the ice was all over the fucking floor. Girl, trying to pick up a bunch of ice cubes, and they're sliding. He was like, are you talk about loud? Picture dropping 100 ice cubes on the floor. It's so loud. He was like, are you good? And came up to help me. I was like, don't come over here. Because me on the floor, scrounging around trying to find the ice cubes. Girl, please. I'll never get over it. I'll never get past it. It is something that like, it affected me, you know, and the Chex Mix thing it'll be recurring. Like every time you see Chex Mix, probably you'll be like, ooh, that was a rough one. Let's see. Okay, this one says, shit crappens in our nation's river. God. Dear Carly and the Cutie Kitties, I've been meaning to share the shit crappens, but I've been waiting until now because my mom listens to you religiously. Hi, Mom. Oh, hi. I love that your mom listens. And I thought you reading this would be a sweet treat because it's her birthday month. Oh, well, happy birthday to her. Anywho, my mom and I are on a little girls' road trip, and the last stop is through Washington, D.C. in that area. And at this point, it was nighttime, it was dark out, and I really have to pee. When I have to pee, I really have to go right now because I have a small bladder or whatever. So we make a stop by this huge river. I go down closer to the water so that my urine will just go into the river, and I start peeing. I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but I get that twisty turn feeling in my stomach that flows out into a number 2 unexpectedly. Wow. So you were okay. She goes, I'm like mortified. Screaming up to my mom, oh my God, I think I just accidentally pooped. Well, at least it wasn't in your pants. And I would say of all people for that to be around, your mom's the best option because she used to wipe your butt. I said, do you have any tissues in the car? She's uncontrollable laughing, saying, don't do that. You can't just shit in the Potomac River. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. By some miracle, she had napkins in her car. Of course she did, because she's mom. Long story short, I shit crap into the in the gosh darn Potomac River, which I Googled is a historical landmark. Sorry, George Washington. Girl, you could get arrested for that, I'm sure. That has to be some type of the fact that it's a landmark and you pooped in it. Come on. She says, XOXO, we love you. Here's a picture of me at my smoke show of a mom. Happy birthday, mom. Oh my God, she's so gorgeous. Beautiful. There's only one picture. I don't see a picture of you two together unless it's like didn't attach. But oh my God, gorgeous. This is a beautiful picture. You have to frame this. She looks like my psychic. She's just so beautiful, free, like free spirit. Oh my God, that's so funny, girl. Hey, it's better that it happened when it did. What if it happened when you were in the car? We know about that. I was briefing my bestie on that girl who went, it was her third time having an accident and her husband didn't pull over, and we were laughing because the rest stops in New Jersey have all these different names, but I told her the story about it. She was like, "What?" I said, "Girl, he should have pulled over. He should have went to the John Bon Jovi rest stop." But let's see. That is so funny and cute. And happy birthday to your mom. This one says, I'm summering. Hi, Carly and the baby princes. My husband just booked us a 2-week vacation in Europe. Love that for you. It's literally the hottest thing he's ever done. First, we're going to London to see Bad Bunny, and then we're going to Italy for a few days, but I'm not sure what part of Italy yet. What do I wear? I really want to be a little cutie with my strappy dresses and my flip-flops, but I don't know how comfortable that would be. What do you think I absolutely have to pack? Because I usually end up with 4 or 5 shirts that I never wear, 2 bottoms, and 1,000 pair of undies just in case. I know. You kind of have to bring all the undies. I don't know why, but legally as a woman, you have to. I think also if you're traveling, it's over the summer, it's going to be hot. You're like, what if I shower multiple times throughout the day if I'm really uncomfortable? You know, in Italy too, and you know I love them, and God, I love them so much, but they're really like not a lot of places, unless you're staying in a hotel, they don't have AC everywhere. They're au naturel. They don't have washing machines. You know, they don't have washers and dryers. They don't have air conditioners, which is good because I think if everybody just jumped on it and got an air conditioner, the whole country would lose power. They don't have the infrastructure, girl. So you got to dress for the heat. I think a few sundresses is great. The only thing that sucks is that you kind of have to pack you have to pack twice, because you need London clothes and then you need Italy clothes depending on when you're going. I'm telling you, something that I've done more than once is to pack stuff that you actually really never wear and you're okay with getting rid of. Maybe it's stuff that you were going to donate. Oh, I bought this. I thought it would be cute, but I just never wore it, and leave it there. Especially if you're going to shop. I kind of do that. I'm like, let me go through the stuff that I'm looking to donate and then just bring that on vacation. And then I leave it there, or you give it to one of the staff, you know, in the hotel. But I think it's tough. I mean, so easy breezy. I don't think flip-flops, but I think a nice good like a good sandal that you could walk around in all day. I think flip-flops will annoy you. But the ones that are on my list they're from Camper. I don't know exactly what they're called, but they're like just a flat strappy kind of flat sandal with an ankle strap. And apparently those are the best ones. I watched a video of this girl comparing like all the summer sandals. This is the shit that I watch too. Middle of the night, I'm like, what's the best sandal? And I need someone that has done like a wire cutter style, not incentivized review. I will dig. But this girl was like, I did 10,000 steps in 5 of the most popular sandals, these are the ones that are the best, and the camper ones were the best. I got a few emails about what to wear over the summer, what to wear on vacation. What are the girlies wearing? And I'm like, should that be a different? Because sometimes I catch myself kind of similar to the perfume thing. I'm like, I could talk about this for too long. And then I catch myself, I go, girl, shut the hell up. So I'm like, should I do separate videos for that and put those on the YouTube? I don't know. But let me know what you think. I don't know. I'm also trying to face my fear of being like, hey guys, like I have a podcast and I like the podcast is on YouTube. I don't know why it's real hard for me to do any type of promotion for anything, which you guys know. But I mean, anytime I have promoted something too, if it's like a show or something, I'm like, yeah, no, it like literally sucks. So don't even probably watch it. But yeah, definitely don't watch that. It's like I'm in it and it genuinely fucking sucks. So I hate it and I hope you don't ever look at it. I hope you never watch it. Thank you. But let's see this next one. Yeah, maybe because I'm just like opening a few and I'm like, maybe I'll just do that because otherwise I'll just be yapping about sandals. Okay, this one says, um, need a girl's perspective. Hold on. That one, uh here we go. Do, 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 do. Okay, here we go. Hi, cutie mother and the furry boys. I need some advice from the ladies. I've been with my husband for a few years, but his friend group is a lifelong cult where everyone dates everybody and knows everybody, and they live practically inside their own little bubble. In parentheses, I have a very different type of friend group, so I'm not used to this dynamic. I am one of the only quote unquote outsourced wives from another group. Jesus. Which is maybe I'm one out of 3 in total. I've tried being outgoing and friendly while still being myself, but the wives are incredibly cliquey. I've realized that they flat out just don't like me. They exclude me from group chats and send invites only in my husband's name, text him, not me, for our kids' birthdays and other things. Jesus Christ. Even though I've reached out to them personally in the past, I think to them, I'm just an invisible extension of my husband. I would be lying if I said it didn't hurt my feelings because it feels like I'm a complete outsider in their world. Like I'm just not a part of this huge part of my husband's life. My husband is supportive, but he's in the middle, and I think I would never make him choose. We've had talks about it and he's been a really good sport. He has made some changes that I really appreciate, but I feel like the more I realize I'm excluded, the more I just flat out don't want to show up. I told my husband, I think I'm going to take a step back and just go to the bigger events where the other people are like strangers that I can mingle with. And he obviously would rather me come to everything, but he said that he understands. See, I wouldn't do this. I'm glad you wrote in because I wouldn't do it like that. I know I can't control other people, and I have to put effort in at the end of the day. It really shouldn't matter. They are really not a part of our relationship, but is still just a sore spot for me. Of course it is. We also have a decently long trip soon with several of the couples from the group, and I literally cannot get out of it. Now that I know we're going, I can't stand it and I'm really dreading it. How do I survive a week so close with the women who are fake nice to me and also make me feel non-existent? How do I show up for my partner without losing my mind or my dignity? Anyway, thanks for listening. Give the boys some smooches. Love ya. Love you too, girl. I'm sorry that you're going through this. This is so silly. I mean, you're at the age where you're married. Everybody's married. Everybody has kids and they're doing some high school shit. You know, people who are like this, where they're like, we're a friend group and nobody else is allowed to join, and you're an adult, you're boring. You got to be boring. You got to be honestly some of the most boring people that in the world. I don't care if you have close friends and all of that, but if you're like, no, nobody else is allowed in, why are you holding on to something in that way? And you've had children with him, and they're still like, I don't like her. Who cares? But I understand you just wanting to remove yourself from the situation. I think that, I mean, it's completely your choice, but I do think that I would make sure that I was there all the time, because it's like then they win. If you start not showing up and kind of just, you're kind of appeasing them, and I don't like that. If you being there makes them feel weird, then I would go, girl, I would go with bells. And on this trip, one thing about me, I don't want to be petty, and you guys know I really don't want to be petty, but sometimes things need to be done, and I wouldn't kiss ass. I wouldn't, try hard and extend and overextend to the women, but if they're not being nice to you, I would, maybe you got to be chummy with their husbands. And we're chit-chatting and we're laughing and I'm being charming, and we're just getting along so well. We're having so much fun over here. You know? That's probably what I would do. Not in nothing salacious, but I would be doing my bits with them, you know? Because then she's going to want to sit right next to you. I think it's hard to not act like you're upset or that you're hurt or even awkward or uncomfortable. I understand that that's going to be a factor in it no matter what. But if you could just hold on and try to, you're just unbothered, you're unfazed by it. It's almost like, why would I want to be friends with you in the first place? Kind of treat her like that. Like, not her, but this group in general. Like, oh, you guys thought I want to be friends with you? That's weird. Why would I want to be friends with you? I don't love that. I don't know. I feel like your husband should say something. I understand that he's being supportive in some way, but I don't know. I would be like, if they text you and ask you if we could come to the party, or if they text you and ask you something, send them my way. Oh, I don't know. Ask her. I don't know. You got to ask my wife. I don't know. You kind of have to be like that. And it forces them to open up some type of communication with you, and you answer when you get to it. I don't know. I don't love the idea of playing games and doing the back and forth, but sometimes you have to. You're put in this situation against your will. Where are you guys going on this trip? Is it going to be like to Mexico, or is it going to be like a Lake George situation? Are you hiking, or are we lounging? Okay, that's it for this week's episode. You can send in questions to secretkeepersclub@gmail.com. And I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.